Good morning, folks. It is a beautiful Friday morning once again in Sugarland. I like to say that, because it trolls, the haters out there. People who just can't seem to get that we're on a protocol that is for weight loss only, not a dietary lifestyle trap. In fact, here's the thing. This is the truth behind the sugar fasting, sugar diet, whatever you want to call it, protocol. If you just happen to be on some kind of certain diet, like a carnivore, or a keto, or a veganism type of diet, the sugar method works in different ways, which I have, explored them all, through the healthier versions of fruit and vegetables, which, probably would be the smartest choice, to be honest with you. And I've also explored this through the harder hitting sugars, such as the candy and sodas, with well, let me just show you on the scale. Because I had another day yesterday of soda fasting, and I got all those clips saved, and I probably won't release them into a video now because here, let's just hear what this girl had to say. So, not quite 2 pounds down, but like a pound and a half down, lacking 4 points from being 2 pounds, almost 2 pounds down, hitting the soda. And it probably even smaller than that because I screwed up and actually drank some electrolyte water a few minutes ago. So you may see that drop even further down in the next couple of days. I try to be honest as I can be with you, but I just felt like I needed that extra electrolyte kick. So, but without thinking about it, I had some already cold in the refrigerator, and I just started chugging. I got about a quarter of it down. I was like, "Oh shoot, I ain't weighed in yet." But thank God, it didn't affect results too bad. I don't think. There, So maybe by a few points, if anything. It might not have affected anything. I don't know. The point is, the scale's looking good. Oh. Since we're talking about scale, look at this. This shirt represents a non-scale victory. It's Snoopy, Please don't make me do stuff. Alright, so why is that a non-scale victory? Because this is an extra large shirt. And let's see. My shorts, they're always so baggy now. I gotta get me some new shorts. I gotta get new everything. An extra large shirt that used to wouldn't fit me at all. Not at all. Look at this. I mean, it's tight. I can raise the arms up, and it'll raise up. So to be fair, I'm not quite that ready for it yet, but I am close. And if some of you have asked me about the belt tricks, right? So this is the belt that wasn't fit a few weeks ago on video, the 36-38 waist range. 36-38 waist range belt. If y'all could remember, I could barely get this thing to even touch, and then I could get like a sliver inside of the little square there. So let me show you. Now, mind you, this is pretty tight, but I can get it to the first hole in a very uncomfortable way remember, I had all of that to go, all of those inches to go on that belt before I got to that first hole. In the videos I showed you out there, I hope that's picking up. But yeah, I had several inches to go right there until I got to that first hole in the belt. Now, mind you, it is tight. It is uncomfortable. But this is my healthy weight range right here. So I see some of these already skinny influencers out there, and honestly, when they put out their first video, they were already slim. Kind of attacking things like what's going on with the sugar diet. They can't stand it because average ordinary people like myself are having results. They want to attack everything from teeth, which I've already explained in a video. I've had teeth issues in the past because of tobacco and nicotine use. It is what it is. Coffee destroyed my teeth. I'm not a sugar addict. I don't even like sugar that much, to be honest with you. Like I said, I've drank diet sodas for years and years and years, and followed numerous diets with no effect. I've low carbed to the point where we've stayed on it for a year. Back in 2015, 2016, I got pictures. Well, my wife's got pictures that she has saved from where we lost as much weight as we could lose. We stayed on that diet a year. Her and I. And I remember what undone it. We had a niece at the time. She was younger at the time. She's a grown lady now. Come to spend the night with us, and it was in the summertime, so she was like staying like nights in a row, like weeks at a time with us. And Krispy Kreme donuts creeped into our minds a little bit there. And next thing you know, this is the time we're really discovering apps and what apps were all about. And they have that Krispy Kreme donut with the hot and ready light on. And if you've ever been to a Krispy Kreme factory, the best time to get those donuts is when they're hot and ready. They're on a whole different level than after they've cooled, which they're still good then also, depending on their freshness. But yeah, them hot and ready ones, man, that's kicking it up to another level. And from there, I remember they broke first, and I tried to hold tight for a minute, and I did hold tight for a minute, because I remember going to after that incident, I remember us going to Olive Garden, and they got things like lasagna, and we're eating the breadsticks and stuff. And since I was still pretty much keto at that time, I just ate their salad that came out. They give you that salad, complimentary house salad, and I got some kind of grilled chicken. I can't remember what the name of the dish was, but it was a good grilled chicken. So I stayed strong through that. But a few days later, I broke on that Krispy Kreme light with them. Yeah, I broke too. And I'm thinking to myself now, how I couldn't just make myself get back on that diet, because once you break, for some reason I don't know what it is, when you break those protocols, it's hard to just jump back on that train. I feel like on this I could break every single time. I could break the protocol every single time, and for some reason it's just easier to jump back on in a way I can't explain, and a way they're not going to be able to explain, and they're never going to understand. If they've been, preaching, one thing over the other for a long period of time, they're just not going to understand. They're just going to find little flaws in each of us and attack those flaws. Like I heard one person Even saying, you're going to be listening to some redneck hillbilly, with bad teeth later on down the road. I lost weight on the sugar diet. Attacks like that. I mean, they always attack the hillbillies, right? I see that all over the place. You talk about racism out there in the world. You want to, put an end to something, always attack the southern guys, right? Always attack the hillbillies. Is that what you're up to? Is that what you're into now? Is that the low you're going to stoop to? Oh, you're really helping a lot of people out there by attacking the poor old southern guys. There's a lot of us, in this sugar space too, by the way. Just because we're southern, and just because we might have grew up, in the foothills, playing rough and growing up in a rough way, don't mean we're not intelligent and couldn't kick your tail. And I don't just mean physically. I mean with common sense. Because common sense here says people want to lose weight. They've been stalled out on all these diets for a long time. That is why they're here watching me. It has nothing to do with the way I look or the way I dress or anything like that. People are here because they see results. They see a common person just like them finally, their hope, breaking the rules, losing the weight, not stuck in stalls on these very specific diets out there. And I'm not telling any of them, who are on these specific diets out there to not stay on their specific diets. In fact, if you want to lose some weight on your very specific diet, I don't care if you're a vegan, I don't care if you're a carnivore, I don't care if you're a keto person, I don't care what your niche is. If you want to lose some weight, and you want to try this, don't let anybody discourage you from it. Try it. Try it, lose the weight, and go back on your lifestyle. That's the beautiful thing behind it. If I can go back and then float back to this, imagine what a keto person can do. With a protocol like this, they can float back to their keto persona and continue business as usual. Carnivores, maybe. That's a big maybe, because that would be a hard, jagged pill for them to swallow. Vegans, they can do it and crush it pretty easily. Actually, a lot of the candies and stuff, may have some beef gelatin and stuff. You might want to avoid those if you're vegan. But there's a lot of candies that aren't, that are vegan safe, that you could try out, a lot of the sodas and stuff, technically sugar itself, is acceptable within the plant space. I mean, there's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah. So if you're here looking for the gotcha from your very specific diet, you're not going to find it in this space because we welcome you into this space. And, if you have results on it, you can go back into your space and we're not going to question it and we're not going to fault you for it and you're not going to get hate over it. Like we get, for leaving the keto space, leaving the carnivore space, or whatever space that we're leaving, go try out something, to provide results because we're worried about this belly fat. We want to, try to do something as much as we can instead of, sticking to the same old, with the tire still around our waist. There's so many encouraging stories just in my comment section alone. And that's what keeps me going. Of people who have been in the same situation I've been in, stuck on some kind of endless lifestyle trap of a diet, and then the next thing you know, they're stuck in Stall City for months, or some of them even years, and next thing you know, they're trying out this kind of protocol, and the weight starts moving. It's very motivational. And that's all I got to say about it, And if you don't like any of it, stay in your lane, because the more you speak on it, the more people are going to be interested in it, the more people are going to find channels like this, and they are going to try it out. And I plan to continue to show them results until I have reached my comfortable zone, and I am almost there. So, yeah, keep talking. You're doing us all a favor. Just keep it up. Keep speaking on it. keep speaking on it because you say you're trying to help people out there, right? Well, how are you trying to help them? Hiding behind a faceless name, a faceless computer. It's like having a bag over your head and saying nothing at all. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people stuck in that keto and carnivore space out there, channel wise and through comment sections that, if you really wanted to, find some fodder, for, some kind of, gotcha to talk about, talk crap on a certain type of lifestyle, there's plenty of that out there. I've seen poor channels quit because of that very reason, but, those special channels out there, you know who you are. Y'all don't talk about those, do you? Y'all don't talk about all the failures within that space because you are in that space and that space is your audience. I see you and I know what you're about. Alright, folks. Tell me what you think down in the comments. And that's all I got for this one. So until the next one, you folks have a good one. Results.